Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for episode number 98, I believe. Oh, we're close to 100, that's exciting, of our AEW series, and we're fresh off the back of Forbidden Door, which was a really fun pay-per-view. I'm a little bit annoyed that we couldn't get the Just 5 Guys versus TCC thing because of, we're borrowing too many people, but hey-ho, that's fine, and hopefully New Japan do let us borrow one or two people before All Out, because I've got plans, but I've got backup plans as well, so it's okay. And the backup plans I think are just as fun. We'll see. But we are here for Dynamite. We now know that Pac is our new number one contender for Hook's World Heavyweight Championship. So Pac will name a time and place when he feels like it. So we will have to wait and see whether he mentions that tonight, or whether it's next week, or the week after, or the week after. But remember, time is a ticking, because we've got just over a month of shows, and then it is AEW All Out, and that means it's All Out for this series as well. So yeah, let's focus on today's episode though. We've got in the pre-show today. Actually, let's do a quick recap. What's happening on the show today? Nothing too crazy is happening on Dynamite. Matt Jackson returned, so we will hear from Matt Jackson today. We do also have a Trios title main event. So the Roberts family are defending their Trios titles. And then over on Collision, obviously Kenny Omega is going to All Out. Pac is number one contender. Hook's also on Collision. Bunch of stuff could be happening over there. We also have a confirmation about what's happening with the international title at All Out, as well as a main event between Hangman Adam Page and Rey Fenix. It looks like Alex Abrahantes has got quite a lot of friends in the lucha, space, and Rey Fenix is very unhappy with Hangman Adam Page over the way he treated Alex Abrahantes last week. So the main event is Rey Fenix taking on Hangman Adam Page. How many times can I say Hangman Adam Page? But yeah, we are here in the Dynamite pre-show. A really simple match. The Von Erichs get the win over the Butcher and the Blade with the Iron Claw in cinemas. Probably not now, because this recording I think is coming out like March or something, and it's February for me, so it might still be in the cinemas. Who knows? But this is our one and only pre-show match, and we kick off the show with Prince Devitt taking on Chris Bay of Bullet Club Gold. Of course, Prince Devitt saving Kazuchika Okada from a huge beatdown from Bullet Club Gold at Forbidden Door. So this match was scheduled so that Devitt can get, his hands on someone in the club. So let's see what goes down in our opening match. So in a pretty good match, 74. That's not good to me. Chris Bay defeats Prince Devitt in 17 minutes with the art of finesse. During the match, though, CM Punk ran in and attacked Devitt, which I'm sure helped Chris Bay get the win. This is really poor. I know it says got the show to a strong start, but Devitt and Bay, Bay's been killing the lady. He's been hitting like mid to high 70s. Prince Devitt is very inconsistent. Sometimes he's low 70s, sometimes he's high 80s. Here he's lackluster. But it's a strong start apparently. And yeah, post-match, there is a mini beatdown, of the Bullet Club Gold members. And CM Punk just grabs the mic and says, you know what, Devitt, I was coming round to you. But now, you're Bullet Club Gold's enemy number one. So you better watch your back. And then they kind of just leave him in the ring, just licking his wounds. But yeah, so Punk is now laser focused on making Devitt's life hell. And of course, Bay, Kenta and AJ are here. Soraya's not there. She's somewhere else. Who cares? Let's be honest. Following on from this, though, I believe we've got some tag team action. No, we don't. We've got singles action. What do I know? Oh, no, it was meant to be tag team action. But Carl Fletcher is still nursing his bruised eye or whatever it is. So we've got singles action instead, and in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, it is Mark Davis that gets the win. He defeats El Generico in just under 15 minutes. El Generico was really off his game. Jesus Christ, a 66. Why is no one performing today? What's that about? Davis, though, congrats, you're doing well. So high five. But yeah, a nice singles win from Mark Davis, kind of just proving that flexibility of him and Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher as well is awesome as a single star. So, you know, they're just great, aren't they? They are. After this, though, we have got a backstage segment where MJF is still feeling the effects of Shibata and Goto's strikes. He's kind of begging Steph Delander, you know, can you just rub a little bit more cream on my chest? And she's like, no. And Matt Cardona's like, I've got you, buddy. And he's like rubbing on MJF, and MJF's like, ooh, ah, ooh. And then Matt Cardona's like, oh, while I'm at it, can you do mine? And MJF's like, sure. And they're like, just rubbing a little bit of lotion into each other's chest because, you know, well, they don't like being slapped that hard. They don't like being kicked that hard. But they are still the champions. Not that the title was on the line, but it's just, you know, important to remember these are our tag team champions. And Steph Delander's like just rolling her eyes at what's happening right now. Again, low rating. Apparently MJF was a real star and it's all green, but I feel like the game is just like, you know what, Ted? You've had your high ratings. Now, fuck you. So hopefully something picks up. After this, we do go back to the ring where we've got some women's action. Yes, we do. It's Jordynne Grace and Mercedes Moné, and in a decent match, Mercedes Moné gets the win in 12 minutes with the bank statement. Yeah, decent match, 75. Mercedes with a 75, Jordynne Grace with a 60. Got the crowd buzzing as well, apparently, so that's great. And I believe immediately after this, we go to ad break, we come back, we've got another match. It is Miro and Roderick Strong, the returning Roderick Strong from an injury. And in another bout that had good wrestling, still not amazing. We're waiting for something to be over 80, except for the CM Punk promo. Miro defeats Strong in 17 minutes with the game over. Miro with an 88. Oh, my boy, in another life, Miro, you'd be in the world title scene, but you're not. Roderick Strong got a 70, which isn't very good either. Miro, CJ Perry, good chemistry, we know that. Got the crowd hotter, so I guess there's that. After this, though, we are still in the ring, but Matt Jackson is here. He has returned from his long absence. I think it's all the way back to Blood and Guts, where he was, you know, stretchered out after the gruesome match between him and his brother, Nick Jackson. And he just tells a story about Nick and just says, you know, it's been quite the journey for the Bucks, who are, of course, no more. Nick just became a bit crazy. It wasn't just for show on TV. It wasn't just for, you know, Dynamite, Collision, and AEW. It was in his personal life as well. You know, he's kind of pushed us all away. He wasn't there for whatever holiday happens between February and August in America. Is that July 4th? Is that a thing? I think it is. He wasn't there for, you know, our family meetup. He's been distancing himself from everyone. I haven't seen him since Blood and Guts. Well, I saw him last night at Forbidden Door. You know what I'm saying. He was like, him and, you know, his wife, they've just gone AWOL. And it's really broken the family up. So I'm kind of just here to repair that if possible. So Nick, please come out if you're there, and let's just hash this out. Come on, man. Come on, bro. And of course, no one answers. So Jackson is kind of just left in the ring, you know, after telling that story a lot better than I did. He's just left there, you know, to just stand on his lonesome. So that's the end of that segment. Calling out his brother Nick, and no one responds. Heading backstage now, Ricky Starks and Volta are vibing, and Ricky Starks says, did you see that earlier with MJF and Matt Cardona? Volta, my boy, you hit harder than Shibata and Goto. Your slaps could knock someone out. I think it's about time that maybe we went for those tag titles. What do you think? And Volta's kind of like, maybe, yeah. You know, he's not really that fussed. He's kind of just enjoying his Coke Zero. And so Starks is like, yeah, I'll talk to Nigel. And then Ricky Starks kind of walks off camera, and Volta's like, oh, there he goes. Okay. So, yeah, nice little segment here. Ricky Starks is kind of like seeing, you know, if they don't like Goto and Shibata's kicks and slaps, imagine what damage Volta could do. So, yeah, trying to take advantage of a situation. After this, though, it is main event time, I think. The Roberts family of Drew Galloway, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler, obviously led by Jake the Snake Roberts, are defending their titles against the best friends of Trent Beretta, Chucky T, and I think Orange Cassidy. So let's head to that main event match and see what goes down. An 80. Not going to lie, I didn't think it was going to be anything crazy because the right side are all a bit wanky compared to the left side. But in about, they had good wrestling. That's just all it is, good wrestling today. And a decent reaction from the crowd. The Roberts family get the win. Drew Galloway pins Orange Cassidy with the Claymore kick. And this is defense number 2 of their AEW World Trios titles. Galloway, wow, with a 95. Dax and Cash in the high 70s. And yeah, best friends languishing in the 60s. Dax Harwood's gimmick is getting stale. What gimmick? But yeah, 80 overall, fair enough. Pretty convincing win despite it taking 20 minutes. And post-match, Jake Roberts just gets on the mic. They're in the middle of the ring. The three of them are stood there. Roberts in front. And he just says, I think we've exhausted our options in Dynamite. There are no more trios to challenge the Roberts family. So I think we're going to have to take a trip down to Collision. We'll see you all on Saturday. So it seems like the Roberts family, they don't just want to be champions. They want to prove themselves as champions. So, they're done defending on Dynamite. They're done being on Dynamite, apparently. They're all heading to Collision, and they're seeking out some challengers for All Out. And that is how we end Dynamite. 81 overall. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be a crazy high number, but still, 81's better than nothing. So yeah, decent little card, nothing too crazy. A lot of solid matches, but no world beaters. Punk is now, laser focused on making Devitt's life as bad as possible. Starks and the Absolute Daddy. Stark is an Absolute Daddy. Starks and Volta, maybe looking to take advantage of MJF and Cardona's situation. And Matt Jackson, just wants his family back together, man. And Nick Jackson completely ignoring him. So yeah, that's Dynamite. I will see you guys over on the Collision side of things. See you in a sec. Okay, we are here at Collision, where of course we've got Kenny Omega talking about, finally confirming that All Out place and the main event between Hangman Adam Page and Rey Fenix. So what happens in between? You're just going to have to sit back, relax and find out. But we are here in the pre-show, where the team of Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter get the win over the Magical Sugar Rabbits of Yuka Sakazaki and Mizuki, when Jamie Hayter pins, I had to burp them, Mizuki with the Falcon Arrow. Mizuki was the weak link, which is a lie. If anything, Britt Baker should be the weak link in this match, but TEW. Yeah, great win for them. So Jamie Hayter with an 87. Whoa! Britt with a 75. Yuka Sakazaki with an 81. Where did that come from? Wow. I think Yuka in tag team matches just crushes it. But yeah, an 80 in our pre-show. So I'm starting to regret pre-showing this. Should have put it on the main card. Oh well. Following on from this, though, we kick straight into the main show. And it is Kenny Omega cutting an opening promo, just talking about how everything's kind of come full circle for him in AEW. He is a former world champion, as we all know, before this save started. He kind of lost his place in the world with the Elite, was distracted by his ego, and then Kota Ibushi returned, grounding him, the return of the Golden Lovers, and now this rise back to the top. And he thanks everyone for being with him on this journey, and he promises to walk out of AEW All Out as the World Heavyweight Champion. But of course, the Bastard Pack is here, and he interrupts and just says, Kenny, you're not getting anywhere near that title while I'm around. And Kenny's like, Pack, you're not even champion. And Pack says, I will be. When I'm ready, I will be champion. And then at All Out, I'm going to embarrass you, Kenny. Oh, I've been waiting for this day. Pack Omega, the main event, when Kenny Omega gets embarrassed, belittled, beaten down by Pac, the World Heavyweight Champion. So Pac is already talking as if he's got the belt round his waist. And why not be confident? Yeah, so looks like Pac hasn't set the date yet of when he's looking to take that belt, but he's going to have to react quick because, as we said, we've got just over a month until All Out. But yeah, he's already starting this beef with Kenny and starting off with a 100 rated segment. Love that. And yeah, everyone did pretty well except Pac. Didn't do very well going off script. That's fair enough. But yeah, I'm very excited for for Pac versus Hook. I'm excited for that because Hook has really done something special in this series, and I know that obviously I haven't seen any feedback from the last handful of episodes because I bulk record like a psycho. But I imagine some people will be like, "Really, Hook is world champ?" But he's currently number 1 in our franchise players on TEW. So I just thought, let's capitalize on that and see what he can do. And so far, since he's been champion and his match, I know of course there was an interference, his segments have just gone sky high, and he's our number 1 guy in AEW right now. So yeah, either way, great opening segment. Let's continue with the show. And next up is a fun little singles match that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, and it is El Hijo del Vikingo extending this win streak by defeating Sammy Guevara in 17 minutes with his 630 senton. El Hijo with an 81 and Guevara with a 74 got the crowd hotter. Lack of psychology, but it doesn't matter. It's fun flippy shit. So yeah, lovely 80 rating from this, and Vikingo is just mwah, getting a long string of wins. So who knows where this could take him. After this, though, we have to quickly head backstage because Jon Moxley has broken into Tony Khan's office, and Tony Khan is sat there shitting his pants as Jon Moxley gets in his face demanding that Tony Khan does something about Brock and makes him come to Collision next week, because Moxley's sick of waiting to be a surprise attacked. Moxley just wants him to man up and face him one-on-one. And Tony Khan's like, I'll make a call, all right? Just get out. And, you know, security are kind of around Moxley. Moxley's like, I don't need security. And he just like gets up and walks out. So looks like Tony's going to have to try and make a call and get Brock to Collision next week because, you know, you don't want to be on Moxley's bad side for too long. After this, though, we stay backstage where Hangman Page is kind of just doing a little self-promo about the match tonight, you know, reflecting on, you know, his attack of Bandido, his attack on Abrahentes, and his eventual attack, you could say, or win against Rey Fenix, or as he says. And he just jokes saying that, you know, if this carries on, people can start calling me the Lucha Killer, Hangman Adam Page. Which, of course, you know, no one finds funny. But, yeah, he's very focused on teaching Rey Fenix the same lesson he taught Bandido and Abrahentes in the last few weeks. So, yeah, very much looking forward to that main event match. After this, though, we got some trios action. And ringside is the Roberts family. As you can see, the storyline has advanced because they are ringside, not on commentary or anything. They've just got a nice little set of seats as they watch on when the team of Rush, Andrade, and Dralistico, aka La Facción, defeat Tankman and the Legion of Pain, former members of Ultra Violence, with Eddie not around anymore. It just seems weird to give them that name, but we can just call them Ultra Violence. In 18 minutes when Rush pins Dinza with a Rush driver. Looking at the numbers here, Rush with an 89. Whoa! Tankman with an 81. Love Calvin Tankman. Again, in another world, Tankman would be holding a title right now. Andrade with a 74. You know, he's kind of starting to dip. And then the rest of them are just, you know, kind of scrubs, to be honest. But 78 overall, not too bad. Pretty good. And post-match, La Facción kind of look on at the Roberts family, who are ringside. And Jake Roberts kind of just whispers to his guys, all right, let's get up and go. So they just get up and piss off through the crowd. So La Facción, you know, maybe have they impressed the Roberts family to earn a title shot? We'll have to wait and see. But following on from this, though, Nigel is in the ring and he has an announcement. So Nigel says that there has been a long list of people wanting to challenge Demi Bennett. There's been an equally long list of people wanting to challenge Rebecca Knox. Of course, it makes sense. These are two, you know, prestigious titles for women in AEW. And while Demi Bennett's opponent has been confirmed for All Out, being Jamie Hayter, Rebecca Knox's has not. So next week, we will have a 4-way match to determine the number 1 contender for the AEW International title. And those entrants are confirmed as Maki Ito, Yuka Sakazaki, Toni Storm, and the winner of the next match between Athena and Miyu Yamashita. Of course, people are hoping that Miyu doesn't win because then it'll be Maki and Miyu teaming up. And Rebecca Knox there, and Rebecca Knox are like, cool, okay, I'll take any of those women. Let's do this. And just as the segment wraps up, Toni Storm comes out going, whoa. I registered my interest in this match weeks ago. I said I wanted a title. I said, what do I have to do to win? I've been winning matches back to back. And this is what you come up with? You're stacking the odds against me once again? I'm starting to think that AEW is just against me altogether. But don't worry, Nigel. Next week, I will win that 4-way. And then at All Out, I will win the AEW Women's International Championship. And then she just storms off and Nigel's like, okay. But next up, as we said, is Athena and Miyu Yamashita. The winner of that match will be inserted into that 4-way alongside Yuka Sakazaki, Maki Ito, and Toni Storm. And in a bout that had decent wrestling, but not much heat, Athena gets the win. She defeats Yamashita in 15 minutes with the top rope stunner. Got the crowd buzzing this one. Athena with a slightly disappointing 60. Miyu with a 73, so she probably feels hard done by that she's not inserted in that match. But it is official now. It will be Athena, Toni Storm, Maki Ito, and Yuka Sakazaki for the number one contendership of Rebecca Knox's international title. Will we get a rematch between Ito and Knox? We'll have to wait and see next week. After this, though, we head backstage where Renee is talking to Hook and just says, Hook, you saw Kenny Omega, who is going to All Out to face either yourself or Pac, talking about, saying that he's going to become the champion at All Out. And then we've also got Pac, who's kind of talking as if he already has the belt around his waist. What are your thoughts on it? And Hook just says, let people talk. There's the only thing that really matters in AEW, especially when it comes to titles, is what you do in the ring. And what I do in the ring is I win matches. So, let them cut their promos, let them do all these talkings, let them try and do these mind games. But right now, the ball is in Pac's court. He has to give a week's notice. So as and when he's ready, I'm ready. And I'm ready to defend my title. So, yeah, a cool little promo, cool little response from Hook, just being like, say what you want, I'm still going to beat you. So, yeah, nice one, Hook. Nice one, my boy. And nice one, Renee. The promo queen, the interview queen, Renee. Following on from this, though, Nigel has found John Moxley and the rest of TCC backstage and says, look, I've spoken to Tony. He's spoken to Brock. Brock has agreed that he will be here next week. And John Moxley's like, yes, cracking his knuckles and stuff. He's like, but Brock has requested a match. And John Moxley's like, perfect, that's exactly what I wanted. And Nigel's like, no. A match against Zack Sabre Jr. And Zack's like, what? Me? Why me? And John's like, cool, that's fine, we accept. And Zack Sabre Jr.'s like, excuse me? I'm not bloody fighting him. And John Moxley's like, yes, you are, but don't worry, we'll have your corner. And Zack's like, okay. So next week it's official. Brock Lesnar will make his in-ring debut, or his in-ring collision debut, we should say, as he takes on Zack Sabre Jr. one-on-one. Although I don't imagine it's going to stay a one-on-one for long. But that's happening next episode. This does, however, take us to the main event. Hangman Adam Page completely decimated Bandido after, failing to regain their tag team titles, really breaking off that partnership. And then the following weeks has attacked Alex Abrahantes, who is kind of like the little manager for all the masked luchadors out there. And that attack has provoked one half of the Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix, who just wants to teach Hangman Adam Page a lesson and just say, you know what, you can't just go around doing shit like this. I'm going to kick your ass. So, main event time is here. Hangman Adam Page and Rey Fenix. Let's go. In 88, I mean, what did we expect? Mr. Consistent Rey Fenix and Hangman Adam Page, who just kills it all the time. Another burp, let's be honest. But in a bout that had superb wrestling, my favourite word, and good heat, Hangman Adam Page gets the win. He defeats Rey Fenix in 19 minutes with the buckshot lariat. And post-match, he lifts Rey Fenix up, teasing that he's going to pull the mask off him, but instead just kind of stomps him back down and leaves the ring, again to a chorus of boos. Hangman Adam Page is continuing this, I don't know, assault on luchadors, and where's it going to end? We've got a few more in our roster, so is anyone else going to step up? I mean, if I was a betting man, I would say that Pentagon is probably going to have something to say next, but that might be a little bit of a spoiler for next week. But that does finish this show. Let's see how we did. A 90. I mean, we started off with a good show. Now we've got a superb show. So yeah, really made up for it in the second half of this episode. But that is it for this one. Nothing too crazy concrete happened in this one. Just lots of teasing, lots of continuation of stories. Of course, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to get some mad announcements for AEW All Out. And I'm hoping it's going to be the best show yet. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see each and every one of you in the next one.